Hey, what's up guys, it's TechSumer, talking to you here. And in today's video, I want to talk about Apple's 2022 year and, of course, what can you expect on this new year of 2023. Happy New Year guys, I hope you had an amazing party, you party with your friends, with your family. I hope this year goes as you plan. Of course, the new year transition is a very special time for us, and I gotta admit, 2022 was a mixed emotion year for me. It was one of the first times that I did not upgrade my iPhone, but I also got one of my favorite Apple products ever, the Apple Watch Ultra. So I'm really excited for 2023, for what can we get, what can we expect, will Apple improve some of their best 2022 products, and will then convince me, of course, to upgrade for my iPhone 13 Pro Max. This is a very interesting year. I'm really excited. So if you are also excited, do not forget to drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel. Of course, I have several videos coming on this beginning of the year, January. There's a lot of exciting news, exciting videos. I just got my new monitor for my setup back at university dorm room. So in about 1 week and a half, I will have the full video, at least the unboxing and setup I will have in about 1 week. But the review, it will come out in about 2 weeks. So I'm really excited for that review. It's a huge display. It's a 34-inch ultra-wide monitor from Huawei. It's the G3 34-inch Huawei monitor Mate View. It's really good. I'm really excited. And of course, I'm excited to reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers. I cannot wait to do it. So do not forget to drop a like down below and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for all your support. Let's get started. Let's start talking about the Apple Watch Ultra. The Apple Watch Ultra, in my opinion, was the best Apple product of 2022. Other, of course, than AirPods Pro 2, I think that the Apple Watch Ultra was really good. It was, in my opinion, the best Apple product of the year, and of course, the best Apple Watch ever. But how can Apple iterate and innovate on this lineup with the Apple Watch now? What can Apple do with the Apple Watch Ultra that can make people want to buy it, and of course, try to change it up from the first generation one? If you don't know, I bought the Apple Watch Ultra back on September when I first bought my iPhone 14 Pro Max. Yes, because I returned my iPhone 14 Pro Max, but I did not return the Apple Watch Ultra. I kept it. I love this Apple Watch since the beginning of my experience with it. It's my favorite Apple product of the year of 2022. But what can Apple do? What are the things that I see in this Apple Watch that Apple can improve? And what did Apple do right and Apple did wrong on this Apple Watch? Well, for starters, I think that my review, if I did not enough reviews for this Apple Watch Ultra, has been almost perfect. I think that this Apple Watch is almost perfect. The only thing that I would like to see, and right now is kind of a problem, is the size of this Apple Watch. Right now, you only have a 49mm Apple Watch Ultra. It's huge, it's big. But I would like Apple to expand their Ultra lineup, their rugged design lineup, with a smaller Apple Watch Ultra. This Apple Watch Ultra with a small case, imagine a 45mm case with probably a 43mm display, that would be really good. That Apple Watch will be smaller, more compact for people that have smaller wrists, people that like smaller type watches. That would be a great choice, and giving more people the experience of the Ultra Watch with amazing battery life, even better than the current 41 or at least 42mm small Apple Watches. And of course, in my opinion, it would be great. It would be great if we can get this titanium design, sapphire design, more rugged design on a smaller watch. I know why Apple did this. I know why Apple released a bigger size. Of course, it's way easier to put a way bigger battery, a way better display, brighter display on a bigger package. That's why I think that their next challenge needs to be pick up this amazing package that you have right here and try to crunch it down onto a smaller Apple Watch. Can you do it, Apple? Show the people that you can. And bring us a smaller Apple Watch Ultra around $100 less, $200 less, and show people that the Apple Watch Ultra is here to stay. Keeping up with the Apple Watch lineup, I think that Apple needs to innovate more on the Apple Watch Series 8. The Apple Watch Series 8 was pretty dull. In my opinion, I did not enjoy that Apple Watch really that much. I did not bought it, but I actually tried the Apple Watch Series 7. It was a really good design, really good display. But the Apple Watch Series 8 was a pretty boring upgrade over that. So pretty different Apple Watch Series 9 needs to come out. A very more innovative Apple Watch, more features, more sensors, bigger changes to the Apple Watch lineup in general. While the Apple Watch SE just needs to keep up with its low price, no increase in prices, and try to give it better features. Until now, I do not expect that we get the Apple Watch SE in 2023. Going now for the accessories part of Apple's lineup, I think that my favorite accessory of 2022 was the AirPods Pro 2. They are really good. I used them for about 1 week or 2 weeks, and I really enjoy them. I made my review on the channel. It's live, go check it out. But I think that the AirPods Pro 2 really surprised us because they have amazing design, the same amazing design, but they improve so much on that same old design that they completely filled a huge upgrade, even though keeping the same design. The sound quality is much better, the noise cancellation is miles ahead, and of course the transparency mode is also amazing. There's also new improved quality live features like the case making sounds, like you can now charge your AirPods Pro 2 via your Apple Watch puck. It's really good. I love the AirPods Pro 2. They are an amazing upgrade, and who knows, maybe this year I would buy another pair because my AirPods Pro get old. I don't know. Let's see what happens. They cost around $200. I would like Apple to drop even more the price, but we can always count on Amazon to do that. So for the AirPods Pro part, I think that Apple just needs to keep selling those and try to find them on a discount price. But for the AirPods Pro and the AirPods 3, we might be well served. But there's one device that I think Apple needs to touch on the AirPods lineup, and that's the AirPods Max. These AirPods Max are really good. Like, I love them. But they have some very annoying features that I would like changed in this generation, and I would like Apple to release a 2023 AirPods Max version with better quality versions of these AirPods Max. We need first a cheaper pair of AirPods Max. That's the main thing. I don't know, and I don't care what you do. Try to remove the premium materials, put it less aluminium, more plastic, I don't know, but you need to make them cheaper. At least sell them at $350, $400 like I do right now on Amazon, so at least take a lesser profit that you are taking right now. Secondly, we need USB-C support. I don't care how you do it, just do it. Put USB-C here. I don't like Lightning right now. I like Lightning for my iPhone, of course I don't really care. I use MagSafe to charge. But these AirPods Max don't have any other method of charging, and that's annoying. I have a first generation AirPods Pro right here, and they also use Lightning, but they have MagSafe support, so I can charge them via MagSafe, and I do it 100% of the time. But the AirPods Max, they don't have it, so you are stuck using Lightning, while these AirPods Pro, where they're cheaper, can use MagSafe, so much better. But of course, the AirPods Max, they feature amazing noise cancellation, amazing transparency mode. The only thing also they can also fix is the processor inside. Now they can take the new H2 chip found on the AirPods Pro 2. That would improve sound quality even more, noise cancellation even more, and transparency mode even more. Right now, I can say that the AirPods Pro 2 have catched up with the AirPods Max in terms of those features, and for a pair of headphones, not earpods, they should be better. So improve on those three, and of course, try to make a better case for the AirPods Max. A better carrier case would be much better than this stupid broad case. Other than that, I think that the AirPods Max are a great product niche for Apple to work on, and I've been very happy since I've bought mine in 2022. This year was the first year that I had the AirPods Max. I know, kind of weird. From the beginning, when I was robbed from my AirPods Pro, my first pair, and my father bought these for me, thank you Dad. Then 6 months has passed and I made my review, and until now, where I can say that the AirPods Max in 2023 are a great product and I love them, but they need some upgrades in 2023 that I think Apple should do it, at least lower the price, USB-C, also headphone jack support. Other than that, Apple, please include the USB-C cable so you can use this wired without any delays to work on music production, to work on whatever you want to using a cable, like video editing, no delays. That would be great. That's my request for the AirPods Max and the AirPods in general. The AirPods lineup was pretty well upgraded in 2022. Other, of course, the AirPods Max. But I'm expecting an upgrade in 2023. Apple, you know what to do. After talking about all of the accessories for the iPhone, it's time to talk about the iPhone, of course. What I'm expecting for 2023 and what Apple did right in 2022 with the iPhone 14 lineup. Because if you don't know, and like I talked about in this video, I used an iPhone 14 Pro Max for about 2 weeks. Right now, I'm using my iPhone 13 Pro Max and I love this phone. This was my perfect iPhone when I bought it in 2021. But the 2022 iPhone was also good, but not enough to make me upgrade. The iPhone 14 Pro Max featured the dynamic island. The iPhone 14 Pro Max featured a brighter display. The iPhone 14 Pro Max featured a smaller bezel display. All of this wasn't enough to make me upgrade. Because I think that the iPhone 14 Pro Max, although it had some big upgrades to the camera, like the 48 megapixel sensor, like the new and improved telephoto lens for night mode, like the new ultra wide, and of course the 4K 30 frames per second for cinematic mode, all of these upgrades, they were kind of rough. They weren't optimized for the new experience, and so I think they were kind of lacking at the end of the day. So I decided that it wasn't worth it to switch from my iPhone 13 Pro Max to my iPhone 14 Pro Max. But this is a big but. I think that the dynamic island and the smaller bezel display was almost one of the best parts of that phone. And so for 2023, I'm really excited for the iPhone 15 Ultra. Yes, a new redesigned iPhone with a curved back and a squared off edges. This is the mixture of the two old designs. The squared off design from the iPhone 12 lineup and 13 lineup, 14 of course, and the design from the iPhone XS lineup. All of these make a baby, and that's the iPhone 15 Ultra and 15 in general. This will be very exciting, going back to the days of the iPhone 3GS. This design will be beautiful, and of course, if you want to visualize it how it will be, think about the iPhone 5C and then look at these renders, and you have kind of an idea how it will be. Of course, the iPhone 15 Ultra is also rumored to have a much better telephoto camera. This time, it will be a periscope lens. The periscope lens will enable us to make zoom until 60, 100x, just like the S22, S21 Ultra. These phones have amazing zoom. I've bought them, I've reviewed them, they are on my channel also, and I love their performance using the zoom. Of course, that was my favorite part of those phones. Of course, I'm also really excited to buy the iPhone 15 Ultra because I think I like the dynamic island and I miss the dynamic island. Other than that, I'm really satisfied with the iPhone 13 Pro Max, and I think Apple did a great job with the iPhone 14 Pro Max, but not for people that had the previous iPhone. Also, in 2023, I'm expecting Apple to kill the iPhone 15 Plus, the Plus lineup in general, and just release 3 iPhones in the iPhone 15 lineup: the iPhone 15, 15 Pro, and 15 Ultra. These 3 will be good sellers. The Ultra will be, in my opinion, the best seller. The iPhone 15 Ultra will be perfect. So let's wait for the iPhone 15 Ultra to come out, and let's see if it's really that good. And can it live up to the leaks, rumors, and speculation? Moving on from the iPhone lineup, we are now going to talk about the Mac lineup and what I'm really excited for in 2023. For starters, we have the MacBook Pros. Yes, we are rumored to get the MacBook Pros right now on the beginning of the year in 2023. According to Mark Gurman, Min Chi Kuo, all of these leakers are saying that we are going to get the M2 Pro and M2 Max MacBook Pros right now on the beginning of the year. This will be based on the 3nm chip design, the new design from TSMC, and this design should bring more power under more efficiency. This is really cool, better battery life for the MacBook Pros, and of course, better performance under CPU and GPU loads. This is really important that Apple keeps innovating their M2 Pro and M2 Max chips, so the evolution doesn't stop. I really enjoy my M1 Max MacBook Pro 16-inch. I will not upgrade it. This is my machine for the next 10 years. But also, I'm excited to see that other YouTubers compare benchmarks, and other people that don't really have these computers can finally get one of those for them. Of course, I keep telling you guys, the M1 Pro MacBook Pro 14-inch is the best deal ever. And of course, these machines came out in 2021. But in 2022 is where the real value came in, because Amazon, Best Buy discounted all of these 14-inch MacBook Pros with the M1 for really cheap. Like, you can get them for $1,600, $1,500, $1,700. They are really cheap. And for that price, I think they are undeniably the best value laptop ever. The performance is insane. Like, the M1 Pro chip is really good. The 14-inch mini LED display with ProMotion capabilities is the best display on the market. Of course, if you want a bigger display, you have the 16-inch version. This is, in my opinion, the best laptop display ever made. It's 2.7K, 3K, and it has ProMotion, so it can go from 10 Hz to 120, can scale down and move around. It's dynamic refresh rate. And of course, I also have amazing hardware. The keyboard is one of the best in the business with the Magic Keyboard 2. The trackpad is insanely good. The Magic trackpad from the MacBooks is really the best trackpad on the business. The speakers on the 16-inch MacBook Pro blow everything else out of the water. And finally, in my opinion, one of the best things that Apple did on this generation of MacBook Pros was really the I/O. The I/O on this computer is complete, doesn't need adapters, has 3 Thunderbolt 4 ports, has one HDMI port, one headphone jack, one MagSafe port that charges at 140 watts, and also have an SD card slot. This is really good. I almost don't need any adapter, just need one Ethernet port, and that's it. Because these MacBook Pros are really complete and they are really good. I don't see in 2023 Apple releasing a version where it would entice me to upgrade from this computer. It's just impossible. I just don't see it. But I do see Apple releasing an M2 Pro and M2 Max MacBook Pros in the future. I'm really, really hopeful that those computers actually represent a big jump from this machine. I will not upgrade, but for people that were waiting for months because they wanted the complete bleeding edge of Apple Silicon performance, then I hope those computers are really good and worth the wait. Other than that, I'm also expecting an M2 MacBook Air 15-inch to come out at the end of the year. But right now, on the beginning of 2023, I'm expecting the MacBook Pros to come out. Of course, a 15-inch MacBook Air is really, really, really exciting to think about. It's a really good machine, a really good value that, in my opinion, will sit really well between the M2 MacBook Air 13-inch and the M1 Pro MacBook Pro 14-inch. But again, I don't think that if you start to spec out a machine will be worth it, or at least better value than these MacBook Pros. These were really the best Macs ever released, in my opinion. In 2022, we also got the Mac Studio. The Mac Studio was a really, really good machine. It was the first time that Apple introduced a Pro Mac Mini. This Mac Studio came with 2 versions, the M1 Ultra and the M1 Max. The M1 Max was cheap, in my opinion cheap for an M1 Max, $2,000, but it was a really, really good value. Amazing performance, the same performance as my MacBook Pro, but on a slimmed down package, on a machine that has 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports and very high-end performance and more USB-Cs. Of course, the M1 Ultra was the better version. It had full power, unlocked power, but under some benchmarks, it proved itself not to be as well as optimized as the M1 Max, because the scale in terms of performance jump and the number of cores wasn't linear, so Apple lost some efficiency there. In my opinion, it was still worth it to see the M1 Ultra chip, but I don't think Apple in the future will release a Mac Studio in 2023 with the M2 Ultra. This is just speculation, this is just my opinion, but I don't see Apple doing it. What I do see Apple doing is releasing a Mac Pro. And what can Apple put in this Mac Pro? Well, it's actually quite simple. This Mac Pro could have the M2 Ultra chip. Yes, not an M2 Extreme, but why? Well, I think it's pretty simple. Imagine this. The scaled-up version of the M1 Max was the M1 Ultra. And the M1 Ultra, as I was telling you, was not scaling perfectly in terms of size of cores, number of cores, and performance. Well, now imagine that you scale up the M1 Ultra and you get the M2 Extreme. Well, again, I think we are reaching the same problem. You are trying to scale a huge processor, so the efficiency loss will be even higher. At the end of the day, it won't be worth it, and people will criticize Apple and say, this is terrible, it's not worth it, do not buy the Mac Pro with the M2 Extreme. So Apple tested it out, found it out, it was not worth it now. Still, the process is not that great. Apple needs to evolve that process so they can release an even bigger and more badass and powerful CPU. So I think they decided to wait and just release, in my opinion, prep to the release, the M2 Ultra on the Mac Pro. I think that the Mac Pro will enable more RAM, more storage, external storage, and probably still an external GPU. But let's see what happens. I'm really excited. For sure, this Mac Pro will be smaller, and in 2023, I think it will close up really well, the Mac lineup for this year. But what you are thinking for these lineups, the Mac, the iPhone accessories, all of that, let me know in the comments down below. Also, the Apple Watch. There's one device that I did not talk about in this video, and that was the iPad Pro. If you don't know, Apple released the M2 iPad Pro and the 10th generation iPad in 2022, now at the end of 2022, and they disappointed me a lot. I do not expect Apple to release an M3 iPad Pro in the near future. This iPad Pro, it sucks. Like, it's another iteration over the M1 iPad Pro. And I don't see Apple fixing this iPad. Now we have DaVinci Resolve on the iPad, makes some difference, not a lot. I don't see Apple fixing the iPad Pro until they fix iPadOS. Until then, it's not worth it to talk about the iPad Pro or the iPad lineup in general. But I'm really excited for the iPad Mini. I don't know if Apple will release an iPad Mini in 2023, but if they do, maybe that's cool, maybe that's not. Maybe they fix the jelly scrolling, maybe not. I don't know. But if they do fix it on 2023, I'm really excited, and I think I want to review it. But still, the iPad lineup, boring, problematic, and in my opinion, stale at the moment. 2022 was the year where Apple did not evolve this lineup any further, and I don't think 2023 will be either. But let me know what you think about the iPad lineup on the comments below. And of course, what you think will Apple release in 2023, and what's the product you are more excited for. While you're there, do not forget to drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for your amazing support last year. Let's keep up this year also. This was Texmore talking to you here. Bye.